Good morning, students. So today we are here with the chapter Acid Bases and Salts Part 2. In the previous class we studied about physical properties. So today we are going to deal with one of the toughest topic, the chemical properties of acids and bases. So don't get scared that I am saying it is the toughest topic. I will tell you the techniques how to remember all the reactions. You just take paper and pen in your hand. So in the previous class we studied that acids show acidic properties because all the acids release H plus ions, right? And bases show basicity because all the bases show release hydroxide ions, right? So on the basis of this, we are going to study all the chemical properties. So the first reaction is reaction with metals. So for this reaction, you should just write few things like write the name of some of the acids, bases and metals. You know hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, acetic acid, nitric acid. These are all acids. Now write the name of bases like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, right? Now you know that there are some more acids like sodium HCl and H2SO4. We will react these acids with the metals. So I am writing some name of the metals like sodium, potassium, calcium, copper, iron, aluminium, zinc. These are all what? Metals. You can write many metals from the periodic table. So we will take up the first reaction, that is acids react with metal to form hydrogen gas. You can see bases also react with metals to form salt and hydrogen. I will tell you what is the difference between these two reactions. First we will take acids reaction. So we will take up hydrochloric acid. This is aqueous. It reacts with sodium metal solid to form a salt. This is aqueous. And what is released? Hydrogen gas is released. You know hydrogen gas burns with a pop sound. And what is a pop sound? आपने थम्स अप पिया होगा, कोका कोला पिया होगा, तो आप ढक्कन जब ओपन करते हो, व्हेन यू ओपन द कैप, इस तरह की आवाज आती है, तो दैट इज हाइड्रोजन गैस. तो ये आप इसकी टेस्टिंग भी कर सकते हो. तो इसके अलावा हम कुछ और एग्जांपल्स ले लेते हैं, जैसे H2SO4 एक्वस. दिस इज अगेन एन एसिड. इसको हम दूसरे मेटल से रिएक्ट कराते हैं, मैग्नीशियम से. सो व्हाट विल बी फॉर्म्ड? मैग्नीशियम सल्फेट प्लस अगेन हाइड्रोजन गैस इज कॉमन टू ऑल. बस आपको सॉल्ट का फॉर्मेशन करना सीखना है. इसमें आपकी वैलेंसी का बहुत रोल है. जैसे सोडियम की वैलेंसी +1 होती है, क्लोरीन की -1, तो क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई होके क्या बन गया? NaCl. NaCl. इसी तरह यहाँ पे दिस इज अ सॉल्ट, मैग्नीशियम सल्फेट. क्या बन जाता है? मैग्नीशियम की वैलेंसी होती है 2+ और सल्फेट की वैलेंसी होती है 2-, राइट? तो इनको क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर देते, ये कैंसिल होके फाइनली यू गेट MgSO4. तो इस तरह से सॉल्ट फॉर्मेशन हमें वैलेंसी के बेसिस पे करना है. और बाकी रिएक्शन बिल्कुल बेसिक है. एसिड अगर है उसके साथ मेटल रिएक्ट कर रहा है तो सॉल्ट बनेगा, और हाइड्रोजन गैस आप एज इट इज लिख दोगे. दिस इज रिलीज्ड. दिस इज अ सॉल्ट, right? So you have taken 2 examples. You can write many more. You can react nitric acid with calcium, or you can take any of these. You can take any acid from these examples and any metal from these examples. So you will get what? Salt and hydrogen gas. Now we will take up second part, that is base reacts with metal to form salt and hydrogen. I will show you how. Now this is a base. This is what? Base. Sodium hydroxide. right? This is zinc, it is in solid form. What is formed? This is a sodium zincate. This is a complex coordinate salt. Complex coordinate salt. What is the meaning of complex coordinate salt? It means that it has both ionic as well as covalent bond. And I don't think so that I need to explain it. You know that ionic bonds are formed by transfer of electrons and covalent bonds are formed by sharing of electrons. So this is a complex coordinate salt and hydrogen gas is released here. So do all the metals react with the bases? There is a question. Do all the metals react with bases? So answer is no. So what are the metals which react with bases? So those are amphoteric metals. What are amphoteric metals? Those compounds or elements which behave as acid as well as base, right? Now we can take some more examples, like here are the examples of amphoteric metals like aluminium, zinc. Zinc, we have already taken this reaction. This is amphoteric. Copper, lead, tin, beryllium, these are all amphoteric. So they will form a particular salt and their name can be like sodium aluminate, zinc aluminate, sodium berylliate. So these will be formed by reaction with bases. I can take one more example, like sodium hydroxide plus aluminium. This is the important reaction. What will be formed? NaAlO2. This is sodium aluminate plus hydrogen gas is released. So these two are very important reactions. Often questions are asked from these reactions. What will be formed if bases are reacted with metal? So you will say that salt and hydrogen gas is released. Now we can take another type of reaction. The reaction of acid with metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates. Now you should know the name of certain metal carbonates like Na2CO3. This is a metal carbonate, and NaHCO3. This is metal hydrogen carbonate, right? So we will take up these two and we will take any of the acids. We can take the easiest one, HCl, aqueous. This reacts with Na2CO3. This is metal carbonate. This is solid. What will be formed? Now here there is a trick. Wherever you see a carbonate ion or hydrogen carbonate ion, you will get carbon dioxide in the product. First thing is clear. Wherever there is a carbonate ion or a hydrogen carbonate ion in the reactant side, you will get carbon dioxide in the product side. And second thing, these are what? These are actually bases. So we already know a reaction that bases react with acid to form salt and water, right? So you can easily say salt and water will be formed. What else? Carbon dioxide, because there is carbonate or hydrogen carbonate. So this way you can remember that metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate react with acids to form salt, carbon dioxide and water. Now we will take up this reaction. You know NaCl is the salt aqueous. This is a salt. What will be formed? CO2 gas will be released and water, right? This is gaseous. Now if we react HCl, this is aqueous, with NaHCO3, this is sodium bicarbonate. Now this is also known as baking soda. It forms NaCl, aqueous. This is salt. Then CO2 gas is released and water, right? Now it is very easy to remember. Wherever there is a base and acid reaction, a kind of neutralization reaction will take place. Salt and water will be formed, and wherever there is carbonate and hydrogen carbonate, carbon dioxide gas will be released on the product side, right? Now how will you test? How will you test presence of carbon dioxide gas? You know that whenever we pass carbon dioxide to lime water, then it turns milky due to the formation of precipitate of calcium carbonate, right? So we will write a set of equations here, reactions here. I will take a different color. Suppose this is calcium oxide. This is what? Quick lime. इसे हम चूना भी कहते हैं. इसमें हमने क्या ऐड किया? वाटर. तो क्या मिलता है हमें? CaOH whole twice. This is aqueous. This is lime water, right? अब इस lime water में हम क्या करते हैं? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड पास करते हैं. पास CO2 गैस. CO2 गैस हमें पहले नहीं पता है कि दिस इज अ CO2 गैस. हमने जो भी गैस इस रिएक्शन में रिलीज हुई है यहाँ पे, इसको लाइम वाटर में पास किया. तो देखते हैं नेक्स्ट रिएक्शन क्या होता है. CaOH whole twice plus CO2. So there is a formation of white precipitate. This is solid, this is precipitate plus H2O, right? So this gives milky appearance. So milky appearance of lime water, I will write here again, milky appearance of lime water shows the presence of carbon dioxide. Now we will go much deeper into this reaction. What happens when we pass excess of carbon dioxide in the calcium carbonate and water? Here it is CO2. This is excess. What will be formed? Calcium bicarbonate. CaHCO3 whole twice. You have to satisfy the valency, then the product will be right. Now this is colorless solution, right? So this was the test for carbon dioxide, which is released when we react metal carbonates or metal hydrogen carbonates with acids, right? So this reaction is complete. Now we are going to take up next reaction. This is acid plus base. Base gives salt and water. We already know this reaction. So we will just write a small example for understanding. This is acid. This is base. Now it releases H plus ion. This is a base. It releases OH. So H plus OH negative. They combine to form water, right? They combine to form water, and a salt is formed here. This is aqueous. This is salt. This is a neutralization reaction. Now this reaction is the base for many reactions. So here is the another reaction. Reaction of metal oxides with acids. Now we know that metal oxides, these are basic in nature, right? What is the meaning of basic? It turns red litmus paper blue, right? So these are basic. So whenever you react a base with an acid, what is formed? Salt and water. So here you can directly say that a salt and water is formed. Now can we take some examples? Now take one example, HCl plus NaO. This is sodium oxide, right? This is a metal oxide. This is acid. Now salt is formed, NaCl aqueous plus H2O. You have to remember that all the time whenever you write, you have to mention the physical state, as well as you have to balance the equation. Now here you can see the equation is not balanced. So you will balance it, then you will write it. Okay? Now, one more reaction. HCl plus MgO. What will be formed? A salt will be formed, MgCl2 plus H2O. This is liquid, this is aqueous, right? This is a salt, this is metal oxide or magnesium oxide, and this is acid, right? So we are complete with this reaction also. Metal oxide, that is a base, reacts with acid to form. These two are similar reactions. You don't need to cram the content, you have to understand the content, right? Now next reaction. What happens with bases react with non-metal oxide? Now non-metallic oxide, these are acidic. That means they turn blue litmus red, right? Suppose we take an example of a base. We already know some bases like sodium hydroxide. This is a base. Now non-metal oxide. We can take some examples. SO2, CO2, CO. These are all what? Non-metallic oxide. So we will pick up one of these. Like we are picking up SO2. This is a non-metallic oxide. This is in gaseous form. This is aqueous. What will be formed? A salt. Na2SO4. This is sodium sulfate. Sulfite. So and sodium sulfide, sorry, that's 3. It reacts and water is released. Now this is a reaction for base with non-metallic. You can take here, in place of sulfur dioxide, you can take carbon dioxide. You can take carbon monoxide. Here you can take magnesium oxide. So any of these you can take and write down the reaction. So this was again a acid reacting with base. This is again a neutralization reaction. So salt and water is formed. So you have to focus on how to write the formula of salt, and rest things are common to all. Now this is the most important part. This is trick to remember. You see here we reacted acid with metals, metal oxide, bases, metal carbonate and metal hydrogen carbonate, right? So what is common to all? You see here, everywhere on product side you are getting salt. So you can easily write salt here. What else is formed? You will write that according to the reactant. Now if it reacts with metal, hydrogen gas is released, along salt is formed and hydrogen gas is released, right? If it's a metal oxide, it's a base, right? So acid reacting with base is a neutralization reaction. So salt and water, right? Here this is a salt, this is water. Now reacting with metal carbonate, again this is a base. So what is confirmed? Salt and water will be formed, and it's a carbonate, so carbon dioxide, right? And acid plus base, this is neutralization reaction, salt plus water will be formed. And if it's metal hydrogen carbonate, salt plus water, this is base. So acid plus base gives you what? Salt and water, and it's carbonate, so carbon dioxide will be automatically released. So this is the basic trick for reaction of acid with various compounds. Now this is base. This is much easier. Acid and base react to form salt water. This is a common reaction. Now bases react with non-metal oxide. This is an acidic. This is acidic compound. So acid and base, again salt and water. याद हो जाएगा, बिल्कुल आसान है. Now third was base reacting with metal. Acid को react कराते हैं metal से, तो क्या बनता है? Salt and hydrogen. तो यहाँ भी salt and hydrogen ही बन रहा है. But the only difference is bases react with only amphoteric metals. So amphoteric metals के examples हमने लिए थे zinc, copper, aluminium, beryllium, lead and tin. इतना बस आपको याद रखना है. So with this, chemical properties of the acids and bases are over, and in the next class we will study about pH, litmus paper and some important reactions. So thank you for joining me. Till then, revise from NCERT. Bye bye.